him.
What's up, guys? It's the Faruqi Bros, Shiraz, Zayan, Umar, and Samir. And today, for you guys, we're going to discuss and react to the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker special D23 footage, which just dropped. And it did a lot of things, but most importantly, it spent the majority kind of looking back at the 8 films prior to this one, and then finally gave us a bunch of looks and shots at J.J. Abrams' new film. And I'm just going to open the floor and go to Zion first. What do you think? What was your reaction when you saw this footage finally?
Honestly, as far as the whole trailer, I think it was so sick that they're actually embracing, like, they said they will, but now we actually see that they're looking back at all the old films and it's going to come together in one culmination end movie like this. And just seeing that, all those things together, you can really feel the end coming close. And as far as the scenes of the movie, I think they look really great. Obviously, they're not showing a lot. It's more like quick cuts and basic action sequences. Except for obviously the one main scene, which is Rey holding the Sith lightsaber, dual Sith lightsaber, in a hood. Who knows what that could mean? Obviously, in the last podcast, we had lots of theories. My thing is that either it's some kind of vision or like a nightmare thing that she'll go through, but that the Emperor will make her go through the Force. But there's a lot of theories that it could be. Overall, I think it was really sick.
I think it'll be the greatest Star Wars movie ever. Straight up, I ain't gonna lie. They pulled that Endgame shit where they showed the previous films. So I think they're gonna do what we want, which was something we've talked about before on our podcast. That like make it a culmination story. Make it similar to how Avengers Endgame was. And just cut out the bullshit. And if we see the old characters back, the way I think they're gonna play this out is, I think they're gonna have to explain Palpatine first, how the hell he came back. It has to be like the first act, and then go into the Resistance, what they're up to, and then eventually they have to dive into some of the things that are being said in the trailer, like Luke saying like 1,000 generations live in you now. What the hell does that mean? And I'm curious to see how it actually ends. Like, does it end in just a lightsaber duel where Rey just kills Kylo Ren, or does Kylo Ren like turn to light, or in this case, does Rey go to the dark side? Which I think is a throw off. I think it's a dream sequence, but
Same.
You could tell it's gonna be freaking crazy. J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, like, what the hell more do you want?
It's a good combination, yeah.
I think it's gonna be big lit as long as she goes to the dark side. Like, Loki, I want her to turn to the dark side.
And I agree with Samir. I think that the film can go a lot of different ways, and definitely is going to be the most ambitious of the group. But definitely, we're talking about Dark Rey, and we'll spend a second on that. Obviously, this was shared footage, leaked footage back in the day, and now it's being released. And Rey turning to the dark side is something I agree with Umar. I don't think it's something's going to happen in the movie. This is giving me like BVS vibes. One of the BVS trailers had showed Superman the nightmare sequence, and he was evil, and he had all these people bowing down to him, and then everyone was saying, what is this, like, what's happening in this trailer? So, and I immediately looked at it and said, this has to be a dream sequence not happening. And I think they're going to try to pull something similar to Empire Strikes Back, where Luke was kind of fighting Darth Vader, and then when he decapitated Darth Vader, it was actually himself in the Darth Vader mask, kind of like a dream sequence. I feel they're going to do the exact same thing, but Rey's going to fight a dark version of herself. Or alternatively, if some of the theories or rumors are true, then she probably could be a clone of Rey, and that Palpatine uses this clone or something. Or Palpatine took over Rey's body. A lot of different things that could happen.
Or that Palpatine created Rey.
Yeah.
And since Rey didn't turn out how he wanted,
yeah, remember, so remember the official canon, according to Star Wars lore, is that Palpatine created Anakin Skywalker, which is why he has no father. Like, he is kind of the father in a sense. So he is used to creating these kind of puppets for him out of the Force. So it's not out of the question that he created Anakin and it didn't work out. So now he created Rey. as a secondary pupil, and it obviously won't work out because this is going to be a good versus evil, and good's going to win. It's the last movie, but it's going to be interesting seeing how they handle all of that and how they bring everyone together if they end up doing that. Any other thoughts?
As far as like,
It's not.
yeah,
Go ahead, John.
Go now. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not necessary for anyone to really win, because I think the whole concept is balance. Like good is supposed to bring balance to the Force, but like the balance is that evil still exists. Like there's still evil. There's a constant struggle, and it's always gonna be that way. But then there is, like, again, it's like a very weird thing. Like, how would they end it? That's what I'm curious to see. Like, how would they actually end it? Like, does good win at the end? But then that's not balance. Then that's not bringing balance to the Force, which is what they always talk about. So it's like, it's one of those weird things, like conceptually. You know what I mean?
I wonder if Anakin Skywalker, they'll like reaffirm him as the chosen one again. Like, I think people, he was the chosen one, and then Luke kind of became the chosen one. I wonder if they're gonna try to bring Anakin back as a chosen one again, and he's gonna kind of reaffirm himself. We saw from the footage that, as Samir mentioned, that the Darth Vader mask is in one of the earlier leak footage. So I think Darth Vader is going to have a big part, and maybe Anakin will be responsible for helping Kylo Ren come to the light because he knows the mistakes he made, and his grandfather to grandson, that could be a really good moment. And in terms of balance of the Force, I think if someone's going to balance, I think Anakin would be a good option, like to come through with something.
Even that, like you said, like Anakin chosen one, and then kind of became a Luke chosen one. Really, Anakin stayed the chosen one because he defeated the Emperor. So in the end, he kind of relived what his prophecy was.
But remember, no one should hate Palpatine more than Anakin himself. Like,
that's true.
The amount Anakin is Palpatine manipulated him, betrayed him. Basically, is the reason why Padme died, right? So he's gonna always hate that guy forever,
But I think if anything, I think Darth Vader, because this is like two Force ghosts. Like, you can have two Force ghosts. You can have one that's evil, Anakin, which is basically Darth Vader. You can have one Force ghost that's Anakin, like Anakin after he became good again. And you could have the good version of that ghost help Rey, and you have Palpatine helping.
I do think that the way they're gonna do it, in my estimation, is that Luke will be helping Rey because Luke's the one who met her, and I think Kylo will be getting help from Anakin. So they both get divided by one of the Skywalkers. Like, Kylo gets help from his grandfather, and Rey gets help from Luke Skywalker.
And freaking Palpatine is manipulating everything.
Yeah, the movie has a chance of being really good, and it's we said this in the first podcast of 2019 when we were discussing kind of all of our movies of the year, what we're anticipating, and I was saying Rise of Skywalker has a good chance of being the best movie of the year, and I stand by that. I think this footage looks good. I think no film is going to really be touching it.
That's true. It looks good, but the expectations are so high that it has a higher chance of not meeting it.
Well, it's that same thing Avengers Endgame was, right?
True,
high expectations.
We've seen how Star Wars films have been. The trailers have looked great, but like Force Awakens, it didn't really do it for me. And a lot of people didn't like Last Jedi, even though the trailers are amazing. So, though we want
it's not a given. It's not a given just because the culmination story that it's going to be like.
But we like
Avengers Endgame gave the fans exactly what the fans wanted. The fans wanted Avengers Assemble. They got it at the end. Like, Star Wars doesn't have the same track record of giving the fans like everything they want. You know what I mean? Like,
but Star Wars is like they kind of see themselves above the fandom. Like, like Avengers is very much like MCU fans and Avengers movies. They're very similar in a lot of ways. Like, they're the same thing. Like, and they really are like committed to their fans, something that other franchises don't do. And Star Wars is one of them, where Star Wars is like, we're gonna do our story, and whether you like it or not is not our problem. Where I think J.J. Abrams is a little more sophisticated, and he won't go like, I'm gonna look at every single fan theory on Reddit and put everything in it at once and hope it works out. No, you're saying that it doesn't always work out.
No, what I'm saying is that they should, like, the movie should be focused. Like, don't. This is the final movie of the Skywalker saga. Don't give too many side plots of the other characters. Let's focus on the Skywalkers, Rey, Kylo, and Palpatine.
Yeah, honestly, the characters.
Don't give them too many subplots.
Yeah, like, keep the story on Rey and Kylo Ren, Palpatine, and maybe Anakin Skywalker. But keep the focus very, very much on like these guys. And Leia's a huge part of it, right? Like that's
yeah, she is. Yeah,
Leia's a huge part of it. So I think they're gonna keep it they're gonna.
Yeah, I mean,
keep it.
you don't call something Rise of Skywalker, and there's only been really 3 Skywalkers in total. 4 really. There's only 4 Skywalkers that we know. We know Anakin Skywalker, we know Luke Skywalker, we know Leia, and we know Kylo. Those are the only 4 people we know for sure have Skywalker blood in them. So they're gonna focus on those 4 characters because these are the Skywalkers, you know. And
they're
Rey, we
also
don't know.
gonna dive into Rey. Like Rey,
for sure. Yeah.
Like I think it was a lie. I think Kylo Ren lied to her.
Yeah, same. I think either she's gonna turn out being a Palpatine or she's gonna be also a Skywalker somehow. Not sure how.
She's not gonna be a Palpatine. What the hell are you talking about?
Palpatine is his last name, you know.
She's just a creation of Palpatine.
Yeah, like she's Palpatine's bloodline somehow.
No, dude. I think she's just related to like one of the old Jedi's, bro.
Like Obi-Wan.
What do you mean one of the old Jedi?
Yeah,
Which one
Obi-Wan. She's like his granddaughter or something. It'd be freaking lit, wouldn't it?
It would be, but
Freaking pull up with Obi-Wan in this, man. Obi-Wan.
you know, I've said this. Like, there's no reason why they would literally bring Ewan McGregor on stage, let him stand in front of the whole world, and say, "I am Obi-Wan Kenobi." There's no way they did it just for those 6 episodes of a TV series.
See, but that's
they definitely signed up for a double contract.
Because Hayden Christian hasn't been seen the whole time.
No, but that's they're
I
holding
hope
him.
they're keeping it a secret. But if he doesn't show up, it's gonna be.
I feel like Obi-Wan has to show up too because you wouldn't have Ewan McGregor, who's like an A-lister actor, just for a TV show.
That's true.
Like they'll probably tell him, "Listen, sign up for a TV show, and we're gonna give you a little role in Rise of Skywalker."
For the sake of the movie, if I had a choice between Obi-Wan or Anakin, I'd rather have Anakin.
Listen,
back.
I want both, but
Obviously,
but
both are the best.
remember,
work.
J.J. Abrams brought Ewan McGregor back for Force Awakens to say those lines. Like, "You've taken your first steps, Rey." He brought him. He was his choice. So I think JJ is the right step. I think with Ryan Johnson, he doesn't really care about the prequels. He just cared about the main line of the 4, 5, and 6. But JJ cares about everything, in my estimation. So, what do you guys think about Rise of the Skywalker footage? I think we might get a full trailer. Probably, well, who knows with what film, but I'm sure we're gonna get one more official trailer before the movie comes out. What do you think about Dark Rey? What are your theories on that character? Is she actually evil, or is this going to be a dream sequence? Let us know in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe. From myself, from Zion, from Umar, and from Samir, this is the Faruqi Bros. We'll see you next time. Peace out.